Hello everybody, my name is TWIGEYE Studios and welcome to my forest. Now, I'm going to tell you what my channel is all about. So it's just going to be things I like. So like movies and Legos, and if possible, both those things are going to mix together. Don't worry about it. But either way, I'm going to start the video off with Legos, because I mainly work on Legos. I paint Legos, it's like my pastime. I watch MGF, who you should also watch. The Moose Figs, no. You should watch Catericus, though. Don't worry about it. After this video, though. Kincaid Productions. Watch all of them. Watch all the people I mentioned in this video. Watch them. After this video, though. After you like the video, after you comment, after you subscribe, then you may watch them. But today I've decided to start with one of my best Lego productions ever. Not Lego production, not one of the best, but it's one of my favorites. Is Spider-Man and the Sinister Six. So let's start off with Spider-Man himself. Now this is the homemade suit, or like the wrestler suit I should say, because it's mainly based off of the Sam Raimi homemade suit, if it would like to load in. So obviously it's so if most of you don't know, the suit from the movie is essentially just this. It's not like a one-to-one replica, but it's mainly this. It's just the mask, the red shirt, the red sweater, like the white gloves, and the pants or whatever. But this time it's jeans. That's the obvious sweater. But then the mask is more or less like the Spider-Man we all know and love, not like the weird hole mask, the ski red mask thing. So I just kept the way it is. I just kept like the Lego mask the way it was, because yes. And this is mainly supposed to. And my first attempt at this was mainly to be like kind of a nice little tribute to all like the cosplayers out there, like Hex and Banks, like Hex and Bex, who you should watch as well. And kind of like that, because they usually use like foam and like puff paint for all like their cosplays for Spider-Man or whatever. But I kind of failed on that with the eye part, so you just kind of have to infer that this is puff paint. And then for the symbol, it's mainly just like the webbing around it, and then the little thing in the background, and the little thing in the front, obviously. And the back is just like a back spider symbol. They're a spider spitting web. Blah, blah, blah. And then the jeans. It's jeans instead of like sweatpants this time. And the legs are actually from a bootleg Spider-Man, as you can see from here. So the webbing is obviously indented in there because it's pad printed on there. But it also has boots, which I painted over with blue, and then I just kind of put like these pockets on there. And then the white is supposed to be like stitching. And then I gave him torn jeans. And then I just did that. Okay, now on to the Spider-Man that we all know and love. Not that we all know and love, but like the one that we like. Miles Morales. I'm joking with you. We're not gonna do that yet, at least. Not until the death of Spider-Man. But either way, this is my version of it, and it was originally kind of based off the classic version, so it had like a normal face. But then I based off the Andrew Garfield version, so then I changed it so that way it had orange eyes and the belt would be separated entirely. But then I changed it again, so now it's based off of the Web of Shadows, not the Web of Shadows. God, why do I keep thinking Web of Shadows? The Edge of Time version with its messy-ass webbing. Yes, I'm a mess. Don't worry about it. This costume design's kind of a mess as well, but I love it. So yeah, more or less, I just kind of painted some lines weirdly, so that way it looked like kind of like webbing. It's not that good. And I also painted the back symbol to look like pale blue, like the original Ditko version. But I did it in a weird way. So now it's not like black. Is that surrounded around black? It's just blue. It's pale blue on blue, and it looks weird. I know it looks weird, but I love it. And then I have the eyes, and the reason why I painted the eyes is mainly because, so like they obviously look pitch black. I mean, not pitch black, pitch white. But then also they look the Web of Shadows Edge of Time version, where it kind of looks like cloth, I think. Like, yeah, basically just cloth around the eyes, which is really weird. The symbol was the best part of this, actually, the front symbol, because originally I had it silver, but then I painted it black. Inwards, at least, so that it was outlined by black. Outlined by silver, I mean. God, I'm sorry, I'm a mess. Okay, now from the from one of my least favorite villains. Where is he? Here he is. Sorry, I've been doing this forever now. Okay, here's one of my least favorite villains. Mysterio. The reason why I dislike Mysterio is because he's kind of a punk. And he gets punked. So I didn't even paint this guy. Like, literally, I have a version of him that's, like, just like the noir version, because I was going to play, because that's one of the things I was planning on with Spider-Man, was doing a noir version of the Sinister Six. But, it's just, I don't want to this one I got from a set. It's cool, I guess. I hate the fact that it's a giant gold vest in the middle of it. It looks like it's like, hey, cops, what do you want to shoot at? The giant gold vest, obviously. Oh, goody you. He's just a punk. He just gets punked all the time. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone here who's a Spider-Man fan remembers Spider-Man PS2. 3 health bars, 1 hit, down. The Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse video game, he gets hit once. He's just down. He gets punked, so I was like, really? You think a giant snake scares me? Whips him up, beats the hell out of him, and then he gets kicked, and then his ass gets kicked in the next few levels or whatever. But yeah, I may or may not do a version of him, only because the only good version of him that exists out there is the one from Far From Home. That's it. It's just the best one. I haven't even seen that movie yet, but I know he's the best one just because it's cool. It's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. It makes sense. Like, I mean, he'd be like an insecure person, so he's an insecure builder or whatever, that guy like punked by Stark, so now he just kind of wants to you know, be famous, essentially. It's a cool idea. I like it. And I also don't know why, but I wanted to be played by the guy who plays Howard in Big Bang Theory. I don't know why, but I do, because this seems fun. So either way, off with you. I may or may not make him. I say that just because of the Far From Home version, so thanks, Far From Home. I'm going to give him the drones, because the drones are the reason why he's cool and scary and everything. Okay, now for my second... And I don't even like how I just screwed this guy over. It's Electro, and the reason why is because of his face. I just like how I did his face. It's not even like the finished version. The body is mainly finished, but not his face. I had this head in store just because I liked the way it looked and because it had yellow eyes. But then I kind of screwed up the face because I really wanted to get this video out. So then his head doesn't look good whatsoever. I'm going to redo his head, but I'm just going to talk about the rest of the body. The rest of the body is mainly inspired by, I'm pretty sure it's actually completely ripped from the Web of Shadows video game with the side leggings and everything and how it's designed. And then with the black undersuit and everything. It's originally tape on, like, the costume in the game, but not with me. For me, it's just, like, cloth or whatever. But yeah, so I made it look like cloth, but yeah, so I just made it look like a giant jumpsuit. I love how it, like, tore open. So, like, on, like, the sides and everything, it tore open. This was not intentional. This, like, little thing right here was not intentional on his left leg. So I just made it look like that. I just kind of made it look like the rest of that, so it didn't look out of place and didn't have to, like, find the paint over and over again, like, repaint it over and over again. And I love how it turned out. I love it. But I just hate the body. I also decided to, and also since I had, like, the fireman arm piece on there, I decided to incorporate the silver onto everything else, which I really like. I love how this guy turned out. I hope you do too. Okay. Now onto the figures that I didn't full on half-ass. Okay. The Vulture. Now, fun fact about the wings of this guy. So, you know that set that came out from Far From Home that has the Vulture in it? So, I think this entire thing, I may be wrong about this, but I think this entire build of the wings are just from that set. But instead, I made them look good. I know. Other than that, I just used, like, a regular Vulture body, and then I took the face from, also the helmet, and the, like, little goggle, and also, like, the little, like, piece, like, the breathing apparatus, are from that set as well. And then I painted the head with a matte black, and then used the silver on, and used, like, a gunmetal gray color. So that way it'd be, like, a metal helmet. And then I tried to paint the rest of the green onto there. A separate color of green on there. So it looked like kind of like feathers right here. But then it works, so then I just put this over above it, and now it kind of works. And I also use the face from that Mandarin set. From when the Iron Man 3 was released. Okay, now, one of my other favorite villains. Here he is. Here comes a big boy. La Rhino. La Rhino is one of my favorite figures that I've made in a while. And it's just one of the big figures that I've made in a while. And it's mainly because of the fact that he's like entirely built, and he's built like a brick. And I love the headpiece that Lego made. I love it. I gave him like a blue color because I gave him like a blue and yellow color. Because I think that works way good. So then he has like a bunch of like warning signs on him, and then he has like the face or whatever, and then he has like these eyes. And then I made this like blue color, this like ice blue, metallic blue color or whatever. And I just let it like run throughout the entire build. So in every single place, almost on every single place of this character, you can find the blue color, and it looks really pretty. And I like it. I have crappy lighting, so you can't really see it that well, but it looks really good. To me, at least. I also made his legs kind of try and look like a rhino legs, like how animal legs look. But it looks kind of weird. Okay, now on to one of my favorite other figures. To one of my favorite villains of all time. Dr. Octavius. Now this version is just kind of based off of a weird mixture of things. So it's mainly based off of my own design. And then it's also based off of the 2002 concept art. And there's a character, there's a guy you should watch, and there's a channel you should watch called Warping Fist, and he does a video on all 3 Spider-Man films and their concept art. And in the concept art, Doc Ock looks like very, very muscly, but like fat as well, like muscle and fat, basically, the perfect mixture. And it looks really cool to me, and it makes him look really menacing. He also has a different haircut in that, but I like this better. Makes him look kind of silly, but I like it. The hair is just like from The Hobbit, and I think it looks like the best interpretation of like what a bowl cut would be, essentially. But it doesn't look stupid like a bowl cut. It looks cool. The eyes I already painted, so it was like the same color as the Vulture kind of ish. But then I put like really light green, like I think a lime green, into the eye, and like the main eye part, so it looks like he has like pupils. This like little circle thing right here is tape, and then it's obviously the belt or whatever. And then I had in the backpack, I tried to make it look like, I didn't want to cut anything for some weird reason. And I feel like stupid for saying that. But what I did is I made it look like this essentially, and I just put like a bunch of silver line, whatever, vent pieces essentially. And then also the back is just like mixel plates, or like the mixel parts, and then like it's from the build of like that official Spider-Man Doc Ock mech suit set, which is also where I got the head and the pants. And the pants are just like generic dark green legs. And I'm also going to give him a jacket eventually. I'll make another video, and it's like the Sinister 6 Part 2 or something, when I finally finish these figures. I finally finished Kraven the Hunter. That's the figure that Mysterio fills in for, by the way. And I'll make this guy with a coat and like gloves that kind of match. This is the only one that's slightly finished, but I'm going to make him even better. Don't worry about it. Okay. Final figure. The best Spider-Man villain of all time. I'm guessing you're going to guess it. Here it comes. The Spot. I'm joking with you, obviously. It's Green Goblin. Green Goblin is one of my favorite villains of all time. I like how he's portrayed in Spider-Man. I like... Just a lot of the time, they never screw up Norman Osborn. Like, that's like the one thing that's always good about every single Spider-Man series that has him. He's never really screwed up. Besides in that other version, besides in the 2 versions that we will not talk about made by Disney. We will not talk about those ones. We refuse to talk about those ones on the channel. Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2016, Spider-Man 2017, I mean. We never talk about them. Don't worry about it. We won't talk about those ones on this channel. Screw them. Okay. Now the face I used from Vulture from that set, obviously. The one I got the actual Vulture wings from. Because I thought it looked better, and it looked more like the PS4 suit helmet they had. And then I just painted it with, like, a metallic purple and green color, and then with gold for like teeth kinda, and then bright yellow for the eyes. Also, these are 2 separate cape pieces that I just paint. Also this. So these are painted like a bright purple, and then I used a watered down darker purple, and then painted it all over. Same with these. Okay, now I'm going to take these off, because it's totally not a pain in my ass whatsoever. Don't worry about it, people. I love you, people. You better love me back, or I swear to God. Now, I also love the arm detailing, and what I did is I tried to make it like he has like arm crevice detail, basically. So it's like armor and everything. And then I made it look like he has like a satchel that like goes all the way around. He has like a little thing right here. This is based off of Lego Ninjago, basically. Obviously. Not basically, obviously. But that was based off of the Lego Ninjago sets they had a while back ago with like the neon light colors. Gonna put that back on there. I like how it just molds into itself now. And then the best part, the part that I really like, that I really wanted to get right, because I dislike that every YouTuber has done this so far, but whenever they make the Green Goblin, they always care about the figure, but never about the glider. This is my version of the glider. I like it, and I hope you like it too. I dislike how every other YouTuber besides MGF that one time, who you should check out, literally made their version like just crap. Like seriously, they just do what Lego does. And they always look terrible. And I really like this version. I like it a lot. Also check out MGF's video from 2012. Because that's the only one that's been made so far that looks good. Okay, well I only have a few seconds left, so bye. Have a nice time. I'm traveling out of my forest. Bye, and I love you all. Goodbye.